I don't know about you, but I'm so excited for the newest Princess Raya from Disney movies Raya and the Last Dragon. Hi, I'm Cynthia Vera from CynthiaVeraBakes.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this awesome Raya doll dress cake. Raya is an East Asian princess, and while she doesn't typically wear a dress, I've decided to make a dress cake for her to match her style from the new movie. Now let's get decorating! So I have already baked my cake using my delicious vanilla cake recipe. I will link that recipe in the description below. Once the cake has cooled, I punch a hole in the middle using a small round cookie cutter. This is where we're going to insert the doll later, so make sure that all the cake holes are perfectly aligned. Then, it's time to assemble the cake. Here, I am using a simple American buttercream icing to fill and crumb coat the cake. Then chill the cake for a few minutes to firm up the buttercream frosting. And while the cake is chilling, I colored my fondant in green, yellow, red, and brown for Raya's dress. Alright, now it's time to decorate the cake. So first, I rolled out the green fondant as the base for her dress. Now, you can roll one big round fondant to cover the entire cake, or you can cut the fondant in portions just like what I'm doing here. So you just roll out your fondant and cut 5 A shapes for her dress. Then simply brush a little bit of water on the buttercream and start sticking the green fondant on the cake. Trim the excess fondant and tuck the rest inside the hole of the cake. So once the entire cake has been covered, we're ready to put in the doll. So here I'm just wrapping her feet with plastic so she won't get any icing or cake later when we insert her in. Then I rolled up a little bit of fondant to wrap around her waist to make the dress appear taller and fit it around her waist. Now that the base of the dress is done, I rolled up a darker green colored fondant and cut them in wavy triangles to add on top of the base green dress. This will help add lots of movement to her dress. Simply paint a little bit of water to the fondant and stick the dark green fondant and make it look like it has movement. Then I rolled up the yellow fondant to use as her top. I cut out 2 banana-shaped yellow fondant and scored them lightly to add texture. Then I painted the yellow fondant with edible gold luster dust to add shine. Then simply add a little water to her torso and stick 2 yellow cutouts, crisscrossing each other. Then secure the backside with a little bit more water, and that's the top of her dress. Now in the movie, Raya is wearing a brown belt in her adventures, so we're gonna recreate that as well. I rolled up a brown fondant and I used a mold to create this intricate design for her belt. I will link this mold in the description below. Then I lightly painted the brown belt with gold edible luster dust to create dimension and shine. After that, you simply wrap the belt around her waist and secure it using a little bit of water. We will also need to roll up more brown fondant and dust it with luster dust to create the ribbon for her dress. We will be using the same mold as what we used for her brown belt, but this time we will cut it in the middle and trim the edges to create a ribbon for her dress. Then just simply apply it using a little bit of water applied by a paintbrush. Now I wanted to add a different element and texture to her gown, so I decided to use these green sugar rocks and added them in the bottom of her dress. You can either use edible glue to stick the rocks to her dress, or you can use glucose syrup. Try to assemble all the rock crystals in the lighter part of the dress. Then after that, I added a little bit of lines to her dress and painted more gold luster dust. Alright, now to complete the look, we're gonna create this red and gold cape that she's been wearing in her adventures. I rolled out yellow fondant as thinly as I can, then I cut it into a bell shape like what I'm doing here, then I painted some more edible gold luster dust on top. See how beautiful and shiny that is? Let's just set this aside while we roll out the red fondant. Alright, now just roll out the red fondant as thin as you can without it tearing, then place the cut out yellow fondant on top of it and just trace out the cape. Lightly press them together using a rolling pin, then lightly paint the bottom of the red cape with the rose gold edible luster dust. Alright, now carefully place the cape on her back and lightly drape it more to one side. And once you like the position of the cape, attach the cape by painting a little bit of water to the fondant. Try your best to make it look lively and air-blown. You can achieve this by folding the corners of the cape to reveal the yellow gold fabric of her cape. Finish her cape by attaching 2 gold pearl sprinkles in a thinly rolled out yellow fondant. Of course, we can't forget her sword and her hat to complete the look. Well, I hope you liked that tutorial, and if you do, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you'll see more of my cake decorating videos. See you next time!